31.
Hey guys, welcome to episode 21 of Signal Boost. We are at
Hello.
Coffee and Comics today. It's so exciting. Look.
Drinking.
Yay.
Drinks.
Hi, I'm Sprocket. I'm the communication director at The Generator, and this is my cohort.
Hi, I'm Alicia, and I'm the education director at the Generator.
And then we have a special guest.
Melissa Gilbert from Reno Food Systems.
Yeah. And if you don't know, Signal Boost is our weekly Reno art and culture show that we do usually at the Generator, but sometimes live in different places around Reno Sparks. And yeah, it's been awesome because we don't have internet at our space right now, but it means it really forces us to come out here and hang out with more people and do this in more places.
They need to install a new line at Audi, so
yeah,
it's gonna take a minute.
And if you want to host us at your whatever, your cafe, your art space, your literally whatever, DM us or email us at info@therenogenerator.com, and we'll come over and stream at your place.
Yeah, we mostly just need high-speed internet.
That's it. And it, kind of quiet.
Yeah,
preferred.
reasonably.
It's so cool here, guys.
Yeah, it's
There's
really
a
cool.
bunch of people playing board games, and you can play old school video games, and they even have a Mortal Kombat thing right over here, arcade game. It's really rad. Highly recommended.
It's very cool.
Plus, their drinks are delicious. I'm having a white roast chai, and it's so good.
Having a Fruity Pebbles Frappuccino, you guys.
Delicious.
Yeah.
It's really good. Well,
Well, we're gonna roll right into what's new with you. What's new with you? Oh, wow. Oh, it's gonna go. We can't do it that way. I was gonna show you.
we can't do it.
Hold on. I mean, we can do it. We
What's
gotta
it doing?
go video only.
Video only.
Because I wanted to show them pictures.
Oh.
So we went to the Black Rock Desert.
We did.
One of our favorite spots, and we did the Perseid camp out last weekend. Here's Alicia with this beautiful kite and her kiddo.
That's actually your kid in the front.
Oh, nice. JK. There's Alicia riding a scoot. We had a really great time.
Yeah, it was nice. We went with friends of Black Rock High Rock. They do a Perseid's camp out every year, and they do other events and things. So if that's something you'd be interested in, like you love the Black Rock Desert as well, you might want to look into joining. I think it's pretty inexpensive at the lowest tier, so it's really affordable.
Yeah.
So yeah, check it out.
Should I show them your climbing video?
Okay, sure. What's new with me is that I joined a climbing gym. And this morning, and I had literally never been on a climbing wall in my whole life, and so I went today and did some climbing, and it was really fun. I joined the North Peak gym. They're doing a special right now. It's $40 a month, so it's
So
pretty cheap, and it's right across the street from the Generator, which is also right next to High Desert Montessori, which is where my son just started school. So it's very convenient for me. So if it is for you too, and you want to,
Climb with us.
come hang out.
Because now I'm going to also climb, I guess. Because how can I not? Because you're doing it.
Yeah, I mean,
That's also what's new with me is it was my daughter's first day of kindergarten this week. So that's been a whole life trying to get her on a routine, and mom life, dude. It's tough. She definitely is cranky. But I bought her a dune racer, and it's pretty cool. So I earned some
you
points that
spoiled
way.
kids.
So spoiled.
All right, so we're gonna come back on.
Yeah, we're
Right
gonna interview Melissa now about all the cool work that she does all
And
across
all the
Reno.
stuff that's coming up. She's got the inside scoop on a bunch of events that are coming up that you probably won't want to miss, particularly if you're into food.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Can you tell us about Reno Food Systems first?
Yes. So Reno Food Systems is we're a nonprofit. We work with the county, and we have a farm, Betsy Coughlin Donnelly Farm. It's on the corner of Mayberry and McCarran. It's a 5-acre farm. We have about 3 acres of vegetables in cultivation, and
nice.
then a food forest. Kind of lots of boysenberries are coming into season right now, and we also do a lot of mutual aid work with the community, and get a lot of our food to places like the Eddy House. And these flowers actually came from my garden. So
Beautiful.
one of my personal projects is Bee Friendly Reno, And so I am coordinating a community campaign to help people identify their gardens as pollinator friendly. One of the paradigm shifts that we're going through is that we have people who think the perfect yard has a perfect green lawn with no dandelions, and then you have those of us who are trying to grow as many flowers as possible. This is sunflowers and amaranth. And so you take the pledge. The Bee Friendly Pledge is on renofoodssystems.org/Bee Friendly Reno, and there are 5 things you're going to say you'll do. Not use pesticides, mow your lawn less frequently, leave water out for bees, buy organic plants that are free of neonicotinoids, which is super important, and then talk to your neighbors about being bee friendly. So the idea is you get the sign and your neighbors know why your front yard looks so wild and woolly, because that's what a lot of pollinator gardens look like, especially if you're trying to do natives and things like that, which the pollinators love natives. And we are hosting, coming up at the end of the month, a bee-friendly yard tour. So we're going to be placing a map on our website. So we'll be advertising that, and you'll do a self-guided tour to get inspiration for your fall plantings. So to hopefully build your pollinator garden. So we've got that going on.
It's awesome.
Then there's so
I want
much
to go
going
on a
on.
backyard tour. I want to see people's yards.
Yeah.
I'm nosy.
Yeah.
Let me see what you got back there.
I know. Well, this particular one is self-guided and front yards, and then we're hoping to grow this program. It feels like one of those things that we have 186 people have taken the pledge, but it feels like in a town like the size of Reno, we should have like 1,000. So we're kind of. I'm looking for somebody who wants to grow this project, because it's just organically, it's grown really nicely, and I feel like there's a way in which it's like ready to go to the next level. So there's that going on, and then I could talk forever about what's going on this week.
There's a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot
There's
going
a
on.
lot happening,
Because
guys.
it's Local Food Week with Growing and Bee. So they've been doing free giveaways.
Oh, nice.
And the biggest thing that's happening tomorrow is the local food fair.
Yeah.
So you guys know about that? Good.
Yes.
Because
It's going to be in the Instagram roundup later too, so we'll remind everybody.
Okay, good. I'm glad you guys have that on your radar. And Reno Garlic Fest, which is a local food festival that I've been helping coordinate for the last 5 years. We took a year off last year. Is being combined with the local food fair.
Oh, nice.
So there's going to be a lot of garlic things going on. And one of the fun things we did last year was we created a Year in Garlic, an online garlic growing course. I've seen pictures of your garlic, by the way. You did a fantastic job.
Thank
It's
you.
awesome.
But if you want to
delicious.
join the Growing and Bee a Year in Garlic program, you can get a free bag of garlic from Dennis Jameson, who is one of the first organic gardeners in the state of Nevada. He has a farm out in the middle of Nevada, a little bit south of Battle Mountain, and he is growing in playa dust.
Whoa.
Get out of here.
Yes, and he's
That's
not
crazy.
using animal amendments. He's just using plant fertilizer. So he'll plant beans, he'll plant clovers, and then he'll. He's amazing.
That's incredible.
We want to do a kind of a video about him. So I was thinking of you too. He's
That's
an
awesome.
extraordinary human, and he grows a lot of garlic. So
That's
we're giving. So
fascinating.
if you register for the Year in Garlic program, which is free, you get a free bag of garlic from his plants. So,
Nice.
Yeah.
And
definitely
you can
worth it.
separate it and plant it. That's the whole thing.
So what I would recommend doing with it is take all the biggest cloves from the things. Although seeing your garlic, you got really big garlic this year. A lot of growers who have been growing for years and years got really small garlic this year.
Well, it was elephant.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's your secret.
Yeah. Just using elephant
So-
garlic. So that's actually small for elephant garlic, I think.
It is.
Yeah.
So what he has going on
Cheater.
he has 4 varieties in the bag that he's been growing for 20 years. So they're
Nice.
so you would go through, pick out all the biggest cloves from that, eat the small cloves, and plant the big ones. So
That
that's
sounds so
going
good.
on. There's some other things I really want to talk about. Do you
Yeah,
have
do
more
it.
time?
Yeah,
Do
by
it.
all means.
Okay, so local food fair, they're doing a garlic eating and a melon eating contest.
Whoa.
So if you know anybody who can consume large
Like
quantities
raw
of
garlic?
yeah, I think I am not doing
Ooh.
it. I
It's a
don't
level
like
5 herb. That's very, very spicy.
Yeah,
Raw
I'm
garlic.
hoping
like that make you
whoever's
sick.
doing it,
Yeah.
there's a little
like they might
when
throw
you
up.
sign up for it, there's a little warning.
There's a disclaimer.
There's
Yeah.
a disclaimer
You
for
might
that.
throw up in public if you do this.
Well,
is
also
the
I think
warning that they
it's
need to
just
get.
garlic is really burny. It's
Yeah,
just
that's what I'm
not
saying.
good
I feel
for
like
your
it just
insides.
burn you.
Yeah.
So I think Zach from Prema Farms is going to enter. We'll see Casey, who's organizing the fair, is super excited about. So I'm excited about it for the melon one.
Melon
But then
eating.
there's
I could like go down on some
What
melon.
kind of melons? All kinds?
I think the Fallon kind, the sweet
Cantaloupe,
it was
sweet cantaloupe.
I'm pretty
Okay,
sure
I'm
that's
down.
what they're going to be doing.
Ugh,
And then
honeydew is my least favorite. Just a
oh
side
God,
comment.
I could never do
No,
honeydew.
it's so sweet.
Oh my God.
Ugh.
And then there's a contest for the biggest anything. So if you have anything, so you can register for that. No. The food eating contest you have to register for. The food, the best, the biggest, the most beautiful. They have a few different categories.
Ooh.
I was
You just
thinking about
bring
bringing
it.
my.
realize that.
I have chard
Dude.
that's like the size of my arm.
Yes.
But it's not supposed to be that big. I was supposed to pick it earlier, but I let it go, and now it's
I think-
humongous.
Well,
Man,
there's
I wish
a category for
I
biggest.
wish I'd known about that.
Yeah,
I had
for
a green onion
Yeah.
in my garden that I pulled out a long time ago, but it was like literally from a little green onion from the store,
Yeah. Oh,
and it was like 4 feet high.
That's
yeah.
amazing.
It was like this big
So
around.
that one you don't have to register for. Just bring it before 4:30 to the contest. So there's a lot of fun stuff.
Maybe I'll bring my chard.
Yeah, let's see what you can do. A little chard dance.
Why not?
Yeah, because I know. I was gonna do a chard burlesque.
Maybe I'll have a tomato I can bring from Most Beautiful.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So- and then there's also a
eggplant.
small event at the Blue Bonsai. Have you guys heard about the Bonsai Blue? They're doing a farmer's market on Thursday mornings, and they're giving away peppers at that one. So that's in the morning, and the food fair is at McKinley. So that is all the local food gatherings.
No, I'm
stuff
excited.
going on.
Where's the
I'm glad
bonsai one?
that we
The
know about
Bonsai's on 290 Kitski.
290
So it's
Kitski.
kind of a
cool.
strange location, but they're trying to do there's a lot of organic stuff, and
Yeah.
they're calling it Some Like It Hot, first come first serve while supplies last, and you get to choose your heat. So they're gonna have a bunch of peppers from local growers.
Oh, I love that.
And the first come who first get to choose like how hot you want your free bag of jalapenos. So it's
Ooh.
Growing and Bee is sponsoring this, so it's
Cool.
lots of fun stuff. So that
So
was
where
all
can people
on my list.
find this stuff if they want
The
to?
information.
So, yeah, I mean, I know that the food fair, that's
on Growing and Bee. So
oh,
this
it's
is
all on Growing and Bake.
Yeah, Growing
Okay.
on Bee, and also on Facebook there is all the events. You can find
Yeah,
them on
events are on
Facebook.
Facebook.
So either
you
on the
could go to
Growing
the
and Bee.
website growingandbee.com.
Yep, and the local
.com.
food fair, if you want to register for eating melon or garlic, is
Yeah,
local
you
food
want to
fair.
get down on some garlic tomorrow or
Sign
some
away your-
melons.
Well,
Sign away your stomach lining.
for real.
And the garden tour will be when we put it up. It'll be at Bee Friendly Reno, Reno Food System / Bee Friendly Reno.
Cool.
So that's the local food update.
I love the local food update. I want to ask you questions about you and
Yeah.
like how you got into this and
my
all
goodness.
these questions about how you became a food advocate.
We got to be careful here because you have a really interesting life story.
I do.
So,
But this is actually, I have a pretty simple answer. When I moved back to Nevada, this was 2006, I was super conscious of climate change and wanted to do some sort of action around that. And one of the reasons why I chose local food as something to focus on is just that it's so cross. Like libertarians love farmers, Democrats love farmers, Republicans love. It's something that brings us together. Which, for me, and this is
We all
actually
gotta
still
eat.
true. We all have to eat. And I think as our world transitions and the climate changes, building our local food systems and doing like what you guys are doing, growing a ton of food at home, is probably the most important thing you can do. So for me, local food, there's that aspect, and then there's also just that I feel really strongly that equal access, because
Yeah.
I mean, especially with things like what's happening with COVID, people who have access to fresh vegetables have a better chance to increase their immune system, and it's like it breaks my heart. One of the great things about Reno Food Systems is we're trying to do work to get into food deserts and to bring vegetables into areas that don't get it. And because we're a nonprofit, our prices are pretty low for organic, locally grown food. So we're trying to stay really accessible. And then just through the CARES grants and things like that, we were able last fall to almost funnel all of our extra produce, pay the farmers, which is really important
Yeah,
because the
of course.
farmers need to be supported. And then that food was just funneled into nonprofits in our community. So to me, it's a unifying topic, and then also it's such an important thing for justice.
Yes.
Food and
justice,
having
for sure.
food in your bellies is so important. And one of the side projects I forgot to mention that I'm working on is a mutual aid cookbook. So one part of
nice.
my interesting background is I spent most of my 20s as a Zen monk.
What?
Yeah.
That's
I know.
amazing.
So Tassajara Zen Mountain Center is really famous for their vegetarian cooking and for their baking. They came out with some cookbooks in the 70s and 80s that were kind of iconic for hippies. And so the recipes are already scaled up that I have. So, and also like for Burning Man, like when you're cooking for a crew, it's nice to have all the quantities done. And when you look online, it's really hard to find that kind of information of how to cook in quantity.
Yeah.
So I'm in the process of I have like photographs of recipe cards. It's super funky.
Wow, I love this.
Yeah,
I love
and
this
then
project.
it's getting so that's something that I'm working on finishing up this fall to be in time for the winter, which is a great time to get more people involved in making large quantities of food and
Yeah, absolutely.
passing out to our unhoused neighbors, which we have. Megan O'Farrell is also she's part of Reno Food Systems, and she's part of Reno Hearts You, which has been doing a lot of good work raising money for that kind of thing. So I love Reno Food Systems. Like, it just makes me so happy to talk about the work we're doing.
Yeah.
And on a personal level, like, it's hard for me to imagine anything that's more important right now. So local food.
That's awesome.
Why did you leave being a monk to come back into the regular world?
Well, there's kind of, I thought I was going to be a priest. And then when I decided that I I asked my teacher 3 times, and he gave me conditions each time that were like I just didn't want to do. And I had an older teacher say, Melissa, I picture you on a farm in a red dress with long hair. And
Have you worn
I
a
went
red
there.
dress to Reno Food Systems?
All the time.
Perfect.
But when I was 21, when I entered the monastery, and then when I was 30, when I left it,
Wow,
I kind of got caught up I learned so much. I feel like it was like a graduate program in a lot of ways. But then I had too creative of a spirit. Like, I wanted to be a bohemian artist more than I wanted to be a priest in the end.
That's fair. I too want to be a bohemian artist much more than I want to be a priest. So we have that in common.
It's funny because I often feel like, as a community leader, like very close to being like a preacher or a pastor. Like it's kind of the same deal, right? You're helping people rise up, and you're also the voice for those people. You're like an advocate for them, like in a similar way that people come for advice and support from like a religious leader. So I think it makes total sense. Like, you're doing the same work, just in a different capacity.
Yeah, and teaching, what I teach for my day job is teaching at Encompass Academy, and I'm teaching cooking and sewing. And partly the reasons why I teach that is that just straight up meditation often doesn't appeal to people, especially if you have a lot of trauma in your background and things like that. So when you do something like cooking or sewing or any kind of art form that's repetitive, you access that kind of same mental state and let go of your thinking and get into flow and all those good things. So I'm still teaching in just a different way.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah. And cooking for people is so healing and like I don't know, supportive and sweet. There's like such a sweetness to it. And then I've noticed, like, recently I've gotten really into, like, because I live with many people and I cook for a lot of people often, now I'm getting into this mode of like I cook meals specifically for myself. And it's like, if there's leftovers, maybe some of these people can have some, but like I'm making this meal for me. And it's like, it's actually like made me like cry while cooking a couple times recently, because I'm just like, ugh, like the fact that I'm like making space for myself is like really
Huge. Yes, 100%.
So I recommend everyone go cook yourself a really nice meal that you love and do it just for you.
Wait, so you're
really
saying
great.
when I'm only feeding myself, I shouldn't just eat a big spoonful of peanut butter?
Yeah, probably not. I mean, unless you're like, this is for you, child Alicia. You can eat as much peanut butter as you want from the jar. I love you.
It's one of my
I'm going
favorite
to try that
meals,
next
too.
time.
Yeah. But
It's
also,
the affirmation that really makes a difference.
I mean, I've seen your beautiful ramen, and that's a beautiful treat for yourself.
I fermented a bunch of I grew a lot of red mustard, like Japanese red mustard, and all of a sudden I had all this mustard, and like my husband won't eat it, my kid won't eat it. Like,
Perfect.
It's just like, I'm like, what am I going to do with all this mustard, this beautiful mustard? So I fermented it all, and now I put that in my ramen, and it is like the best. It makes it so much better, even if that's the only thing I put in it, and like a little sriracha. It's
Yes.
so good.
Food is so powerful.
Food that you've grown and that you cook and that you put into your belly nourishes you in a very different way. Like,
Yeah,
the more you
agreed.
eat from the ground that you're walking on, the stronger you are. So
Yeah,
it's a good
super
path
agree
to
with
walk
that.
on.
Yeah.
And I'm super excited about potential future collaborations about cooking and spreading good information about veggies.
Yeah, I can't wait for your cookbook.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Get
that
those
sounds so
mutual
good.
aid.
I love that.
Yeah.
The monks. Wait, where is
This
it?
is so Tassajara Zen Mountain Center is part of it's San Francisco Zen Center, which is kind of on Page Street, right off of Haight.
So you're like in the midst of San Francisco.
No, that's one of our centers,
Okay.
and then Green Gulch Farms, which is up in Marin, right near Muir Beach, kind of a little bit up from that. And then there's Tasahara, which is in the Ventana Wilderness down near Carmel. So it's these three centers.
They're all in California.
They're all in California, and the one in near Carmel is like inland from Big Sur, like 9 miles. It's about 2 hours from the nearest gas station. About an hour of that is this little tiny dirt road that goes up and down. It takes about an
camera
hour.
turned off.
Oh. Just went to sleep.
It's like, oh, you guys
Hold on, the camera's sleeping. Don't leave us, 6 viewers. We'll be right here. There we go. We're here.
So anyway, it's off the grid and solar powered and hot springs. So it's a monastery in the winter and then a guest season in the summer. So they support themselves in the summer by running a retreat center.
That's cool.
And then you earn practice periods to stay there during the winter.
Nice.
And then it's traditional Japanese monastic practice. Like get up at 3:30, meditate for about 5 hours a day, lots of silence.
Oh my God.
And ceremonial food.
I literally cannot imagine doing that at all.
Did
I
you
can't
do?
even begin to imagine.
Yeah,
Getting up at 3 to meditate. How do you not just go to sleep?
That actually
A lot of
sounds.
people
It sounds really.
You learn to sleep sitting
into it.
So for some people, it's it's very healing, and for me, it helped me meet my own anger, my own despair. Like gave me a container with which to hold a lot of what's, especially what's happening now, is so destabilizing. So that's kind of on my personal project right now is called Turning Towards Joy. So that's maybe I can talk about that another time.
Boy, if I would have been a monk in my 20s instead of like a party girl,
See, I
I
became
maybe
a
would
party
be
girl
able
in
to
my
chill
30s.
out. Maybe then I could calm down.
Well, I do really. For a long time, I've fantasized about doing like a week like retreat. But it's also terrifying, right? That
I'd
just
like to
being
do that.
alone with your thoughts for a week, like oh god. But I bet it's amazing.
It's good to start small too. Some people jump right in with like a 10-day Vipassana silent retreat, which that works for some people. Sometimes it's
Can
just like
I
5
smoke
minutes.
weed?
Definitely
the
not.
whole time.
No, that's cheating. Cheater.
Then I
You
can
make
get
your
through
own
it.
you make your own retreat.
That's the retreat.
Yeah. So
Did you do walking meditation too?
I do. And honestly, like for me, cooking is like when you were saying of like that mode. For me, cooking is my favorite way to get into that space.
Nice.
And then also lying down, like that, like meditation is like basically it can be done all the time. And that's to me what the training is. It's like instead of going with your habitual mind, you switch to like you look around the room, you see where you are, you feel your feet, and you know where you are, and then you charge up, and then you go back to your life. So so meditating all the time is kind of like not the goal, but it's the opportunity is there. But like
because you gotta. I mean, you know more than me, but you gotta come back to center. You know, like you lose it and then you come back to center. Yeah, I mean, man, if it was easier with small children, that'd be cool.
That's right. Well, or just entering their. I mean, being a mom is amazing. I bow down to you. I don't have children. I teach them, but
It's funny because recently Elliot's like, "How come you don't do this anymore?" And I was like, "Well, now there's 2 of you, and there's no time to do that." So
If you take your brother and keep him quiet,
that'll happen soon enough. I bet.
I don't meditate because I have a kid. That's why. Because I've definitely done it before.
Yeah. When I had one, it was much easier, but you know.
It is, and just like throwing yourself into whatever you're doing. I think that's the thing about what I love about Zen practice is it's not something outside of your life. Like whatever your life is, that is your opportunity for awakening. So when you look in your child's eyes, or you have like this moment of patience that arises from nowhere, or you just like feel the feeling of love, or any of those things can be meditation. It doesn't have to be something like special. Like you don't have to go to the monastery to meditate.
Yeah.
It can happen while you're driving at a red light. You know, just like a couple of deep breaths that you charge up. You know, like be connected to the energy of the universe.
Cool.
Is amazing. So I'm a big advocate.
You just need
Local
to do
food meditation.
Local food meditation. Just witnessing. I feel like is like that's where it's at. Just like being able to see yourself and see everything around you for a second. And it's so hard to like trigger that, but if you could just do it occasionally, it's
Well,
so
in
good.
Western mindset, we're so used to having our brains run the show, and for me, so much of like meditation is having that metacognition of like, oh, I'm thinking. These are thoughts. They're not necessarily reality, and I can like shift my focus to my body. and then it's just like the thoughts come back, That's
Yeah,
what
yeah.
the brain does, is it thinks.
Yeah.
So don't get discouraged. There's no way to do it wrong. Just keep coming
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
Keeping back to
I'll
your breath.
find a way to do it wrong.
It's literally not an option. Well, it's been so amazing.
Yeah,
I
Nice
guess
to talk to you guys.
the one thing I would like ask, but you pretty much answered it already by saying like there's no wrong way, but we always ask like if someone was just getting started with maybe food activism or with meditation,
Yeah.
like what advice would you give to like an emerging person in those things?
That is such a great question. I would say, well, you guys know as gardeners how frustrating it can be. And you have a lot of failures, or you feel like you're a failure. So I would encourage like noticing that thought stream, that self-critic, of like, oh, I suck at this, and just like bringing kindness to that moment, just being like, oh, and then focusing on like what the joy that comes from the moments where like that first, like to me, garlic, right? Garlic is such a great crop. If you've never gardened before, I would definitely recommend garlic because it's an easy, plant it in the fall. It just does its thing. You don't even have to, With meditation, I think it's more just a commitment to, I would encourage people to not make it fancy and not make it some unattainable thing. Like start with 3 breaths and just see how that feels. Like if you can get 3 breaths that you're connected to the universe and letting it charge you up as you breathe, even if that's your visualization, to me, that can shift something. And don't make it something that you'll do later. Just do it now.
Do it now.
Do it now.
Do it now.
Plant your garlic in the fall. Take lots of deep breaths.
Yes, love that. Great advice. Thanks so much for being with us.
My pleasure. Yeah, you guys are
thank
awesome.
you.
I'm looking forward to being a part of this. So
Yes. Yeah, I think Melissa's going to be back, so don't worry.
Yeah.
We need this monk energy.
well, you guys are awesome.
All right. So now we're gonna
We're going to,
go into an interview
yeah, so
that we did earlier today
we,
at the generator's new home.
yes. We recorded an interview with Jen Charboneau, who's painting a mural at the Adi District. Mm-hmm. So it's the second mural there, and it's gonna be amazing. We're really stoked about it.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna cue it up. We're still on Alicia climbing.
There you go. Switch the view.
It sounds good. I'll do it. I love doing the cheesy intro.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning. We're out here at the Adi District. What? It's our new home, and we're here. And Jen's with us making art on our home. Hi. It's so cool. We have the Adi District mural from Darren, and he's really amazing. Goldwell.
Yep. Goldwell.
And now Jen Charboneau is doing, there it is, this new mural, which is like kind of a replica of what the front's gonna look like.
Yeah, so basically this mural is meant to portray an architectural rendering of what this actual space behind us is going to be. So in about a year, this wall is going to be demoed out to make it open like that for a beer garden.
Heck yes. Also, I totally jumped ahead. Can you introduce yourself, please?
Oh, yeah. Well, assuming everyone knew me, right?
I know, for real.
Really odd.
You probably do. You already do.
I'm Jen Charboneau. I am a Reno artist and muralist here in town. So,
How long have you been in town?
21, I think about 6 years now. Mm-hmm. Wow, time flies.
Yeah. Where did you move here from?
I came from Minneapolis, Minnesota. I took the big drive to head out west to work as an artist, and my car broke down and I ended up in Reno.
Perfect.
It's amazing how many of us kind of ended up
we didn't mean to be here, and
Yeah.
suddenly we're here, and now we're committed, and we're doing stuff.
Yes.
Not
that's
me,
pretty
but
cool.
other people. Yeah, so this is going to be demoed, and this is going to be a beer garden here, and that's what we're drawing.
It's gonna be sick. We're stoked on
What
it.
other businesses do we know are going to be in this building?
TMCC Black Box Theater. Innovation Collective, which is kind of like a think tank, startup, techie. I just call them tech bros. I'm sorry. I don't know how
Tech
else to
creatives.
Tech creatives. That's
Oh, is
better.
that
Yeah.
what it is?
That's better.
Well, that's what I kind of feel like the idea of this building is that.
Yeah,
It's true.
like a
Blending.
creative hub.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there are spots available if like you want to be in on this creative hub. We want you to be.
Yeah, if
we
you have a
want you to
business
be our
that's
neighbor.
looking for a new
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so but I also want to talk a lot about like other work you've done. You had a bird on the Bell Street generator for
Yeah.
Art Town.
Yeah.
And you did like a walking bird tour?
Yeah, so this year for Art Town, since everybody was able to be out and going to parks and restaurants and places like that, I did a little mural scavenger hunt around Reno, and I picked a bunch of locations that I admire, I patron, locations that I think did a good job throughout the pandemic when everything closed down. So I set up a bunch of temporary murals of exotic birds, and the generator was one of the places. And then I painted some more birds there for
During
one
Art
of their
Town?
events. Yeah,
Art Town on Tap?
yeah.
Yeah, so cool. And you also did some murals at Reno Public Market.
Yes.
Cool.
So it kind of led to this project. Again, some temporary mural as well. They're under construction.
How many murals have you done in Reno?
I was trying to think of that this morning.
A lot.
A bajillion.
A lot. It's nice too though that a lot of them have come and gone so quickly. When I first moved here, I would walk down the alleyways in Midtown before it got like super clean. There used to always be like random boards everywhere, and I would just be walking to the yoga studio, and I would just paint a little mural. I'd have like a paint stick or something, and I'd do something quick. But I put those out everywhere around town when I first moved here, so those are all gone. I don't know, they could count as murals too.
Yeah, and you were also doing some chalk stuff. I remember there was
Yep.
like some nights at like outside of formerly St. James, now
Yep.
Matador, I think. Yeah, where
my
you did
goodness.
some chalk murals.
Yeah, that
It
was
like
fun.
a photo.
Yeah, there was one we did when it snowed.
I remember
Yeah.
this. I was just thinking about
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
That was
Yeah.
really cool. That was not that long after I moved to Reno.
Yeah.
yeah.
The
Back in the
temporary
day.
snow mural.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
And you also have done some work like on vehicles, right? Like Eli's truck.
Yes, I did Eli. He is an electrician in town, and he really supports a lot of the artists around here. He's a big artist advocate, and
Is that Crown Electric,
yeah,
right?
Crown
So
Electric.
if you need an electrician.
yeah,
He's awesome.
One of the
Oh,
best in
he's been
town.
booked out like crazy.
Yeah,
Pandemic, so maybe not, but you
it's
could
true.
try.
It's true.
Yeah, so I did one for him, but I actually will be having one rolling around with the Nevada Food Bank as well.
Cool.
Pretty soon here. That took a
Nice.
while for them to get the final wrap stuff organized, but
That's so
they've got a
awesome.
really cool truck that's gonna be going around to the elderly community, dropping off food. So
Beautiful.
yeah.
How would you describe your work? It's very when you see your art, you know that it's yours. You know, like you have an iconic
Yeah, it's
like
a very
brushy
strong
style.
Yeah.
What and like where did it come from? It's very silhouettes and like I don't know. There's a lot.
More
I was gonna
impressionist,
say
maybe.
it's very impressionist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think
Muted
that I
colors.
think that that's like based off of my work as a painter. So I always try to take that same style that I play with or that I have worked with in the past, painting on a smaller scale because it's just easier. I know the way that the paint will flow. It's just on a bigger canvas.
Gigantic canvas.
Yeah, and I know it's interesting like obviously it sticks out a little bit just because I'm trying to push it that way, and I'm always trying to push my personal direction a little bit more. So, yeah, having that impressionist view of a mural, I think that's always kind of my niche.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's cool and it stands out. It's
Yeah.
unique.
Is this one going to be all blues and grays?
Yes. There might be some touch of just a little bit of blacks, but all the people that are enjoying the beer garden will be silhouetted in, so.
One day that'll be us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be cool. We'll all be like sitting in there. We'll be like,
Yeah.
remember when?
So what's your background as an artist? How did you get to this point? Because you moved here to Reno as an artist who was already a painter,
Yeah.
already interested in murals, already doing little guerrilla murals. So like,
And
what was
doing-
your background in Minneapolis? Like,
And
how did you
doing
get started?
community art too, right?
Yeah,
Community
yeah.
art.
So I was in Minneapolis. I'm from there, but I was actually only there for about a year. I had been like traveling overseas and living overseas
Cool,
for
cool.
about 10 years.
Oh wow!
Epic.
Yeah.
Where at? All over.
Yeah. Started with a Europe trip, which ended to Australia and Southeast Asia. I worked as a teacher in Korea, which was amazing, which also kind of pushed me to refocus and make sure that, quit taking side jobs that could be jobs and just focus on being an artist. The second year I taught there, I had some amazing art shows with some
Oh, wow.
pretty epic Korean artists. And, I didn't
awesome.
really realize like the names until after the fact, but it was interesting to just, once you're motivated, how easy it is to get into that world wherever you are. And I think that brought a little bit of confidence as I was moving west to like whatever city or place I showed up at. What I wanted to do was, do art and how I was going to do it. What elements, like, am I going to work in the public field? Am I going to do murals? I'm trying to focus a lot on paintings. I have a show at Sierra Arts coming up in January, so
Oh, cool.
yeah.
That's exciting.
I got about 60 new pieces going.
We'll be coming and covering that.
Yeah.
too,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
And right now you have some stuff at the Fine Arts Collective, right?
Yes,
Cool.
yeah, the Reno Fine Arts Collective that's downtown there. They're a new group in town, and they've been doing awesome stuff for artists in this area. I think they
Awesome.
have like 60 artists showing right now. in the
Yeah, they
gallery.
have so many. It's
Yeah.
such a great representation of the region.
Yeah, if you want to know more about that, we covered that in a previous episode. So go look in the YouTube. Getting around. So if somebody wants to see your smaller works, then they could go to the Reno Fine Art Collective. And where could they see some of your mural work around town? They were just like,
Oh man, if you're hunting around, I have a piece outside of El Churras Bar. That one I really love. That one we threw a random mural 20 up to midnight party before Art Town.
nice. This year?
It was like 3 years ago, I
Okay.
think. Yeah. I have one. It's the longest mural that I've done. I kind of like to call it a painting, though, just because I had enough free reign to do it exactly how I would have done it if it were large canvas. But
Cool.
up on Gibraltar Drive, so heading south a little bit, it's a good view out of town, and there's a nice little walking path along a crevice.
Is that the mountainscape one?
Yep.
Nice.
So
Cool.
it's 14 or 17 different mountain ranges throughout Nevada.
Wow.
So, and they're all connected. So if you ever want to drive by, you can drive by a 900-foot long retaining wall.
So epic. I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah, it is.
Do you prefer paintings to murals then? Like smaller
Yeah.
painting is your jam?
I mean, I would say I'm a contemporary painter. Also trying to work on, like, murals is the way that I can do my paintings on the largest scale that I want. Because sometimes there's things that I make it on a 5-foot by 10-foot piece of paper, but I can't get the same impact as I could if it were on a 20 by 20-foot wall.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
This is nice too because it's like the viewpoint, you know, and like it wouldn't be as powerful if it was smaller, right? Like you're
Yeah,
like walking
no.
Yeah,
into
the
it, so that's
perspective.
cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like you're peeking in to the future
Yeah,
of the
literally.
audit district.
If you want me to draw your face, no, I'm kidding.
We're just at the front
We're just
table.
in
We're
it.
like,
It's going to be us on it. So it is. It's two of the people are us.
yeah.
They're silhouettes, so it might be hard to tell which one.
Yeah, but I bet you could figure it out if you come on down and look at it. What's next for you? Like, what else are you working on? You got the food bank truck coming out.
Yeah.
And you got the show at Sierra
Working
Arts.
on pieces for the show.
Yes. And I don't think that, I'm trying to think if there's
that's
anything.
a lot, probably.
Yeah, the show at Sierra Arts I'm really pumped for. I've been working on, it's a collection of landscapes. I normally work a lot with landscapes because having moved to Nevada and being able to get out into nowhere and sketch like with no one around has been really impactful on my artwork. But
Cool.
yeah,
There's a lot of landscapes here.
yeah, I
A lot
know.
of beautiful, dramatic landscapes to capture.
And the colors are really, the natural colors are really dramatic too. And then you can pick and choose what of that you want to put on there.
Yeah.
So a thing that we always ask artists when we do this is like, what advice do you have for artists who are up and coming or like they're trying to break out more into or do more work? And I feel like you touched on it earlier. Like I felt like we were kind of going into that a little bit and then we went in a different direction. Was you were saying about how you felt like you learned that if you're willing to like hustle and put the work in, that like you can break into that scene in most places. Like it's been your experience.
Yeah.
So if you, I don't know if you'd mind elaborating
Yeah,
on
I
that
mean-
concept, because I feel like that's a good answer for that question.
It's true.
When I had finished university, you know, I spoke to my art. I went to school and I got a degree in painting. And my
Was that in Minneapolis as well?
it was in Wisconsin,
Oh,
Eau Claire,
Wisconsin,
Wisconsin. Yeah. Yeah. So I sat down with my professor, and he's like, "So are you gonna go to a graduate school?" And da 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 da. I'm like, "Well, what do you think? Do you think that my work, like, do you think I need professors or do I need experience?" And he goes, "You're at a level and you're dedicated enough, like, get the experience." And I'm like, "Cool, because I have a one-way trip to Europe." Sorry, no grad school. But it really, like, if you're motivated to, like, this is what you want to do, and I think it goes with anything, like, that you're passionate about, is, like, you have to always be willing to put in that hustle. And sometimes your time doesn't allow for 100% within that field right away. And sometimes it goes backwards and forwards. And if you're doing what you're passionate about, there is always going to be that roller coaster.
Yeah,
But if you
absolutely.
understand, you know, I learned from traveling. Like, I started in Europe, I saw all these artists just painting on the streets, and they were selling like these paintings like crazy. And I was like, all right,
Yeah.
let me get in on this. So I got some of my pastels out, and I started selling little oil pastel watercolors. And so, like, actually selling artwork, even though it's like busking on the streets in Europe, like right after, you know, graduating and running off into the world, like, it was such a confidence booster.
Wow.
You know, and it's just because I was sitting there in the simplest way doing what I love and, like, getting that exchange for it. So
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest thing that I could say is, like, yeah, your passion, like, is gonna make you have to hustle. And I think that's what keeps your drive going, right? So,
Yeah.
yeah.
More work begets more work.
Yeah.
The more you work, the more.
Yeah.
That's so impressive, though. I feel like as a 20-whatever-year-old seeing that, I would have felt really like, oh, I'm not even there yet to start. I mean, you know, my art's really different, but, like, I don't know if I would have, like, sat down and showed up like that. So that's really cool that
Yeah.
you were, like, doing it, just jumped into it without hesitation.
It was really, yeah, I mean, meeting the right people too, other artists along the way that are doing it, and they're like, oh, come and sit with us.
Yeah.
That helps, and there is a large community of people like that, and in every town, if you find that community, they're definitely gonna reach out and, like,
Yeah.
motivate you. So, yeah, it's fun.
And pretty soon, hopefully, where we are standing will be one of the places where you can meet more people from that kind of community.
Yeah.
We should do some art
Find
busking
some
out
more
here.
support.
Yeah.
You want to talk also about, I know you did the alley arts, which was a really cool concept.
Yeah, I mean, that's still, it's my, like, alias community project. I started doing it in, was it 2013? I think it was.
Wow.
It started with a friend and I. She was an artist. Her and I studied abroad in Spain together, and then we both went our different ways. And she had done the Peace Corps, and I was traveling, and we came back to the U.S., and we had this discussion about how to impact a community with art, and like, what could we do? Like, what could we do that's a continuous involvement with people? And so we started throwing these backyard art parties where we'd set up a canvas and paint, and people would come and paint together on this one canvas, and then we'd set it up and then have a little show with other artists and have musicians. Nice. And it kind of spiraled into a big thing. I think I've done 17 or 18 projects now since then, and like one was a tour across the country, so I went to like 15 different cities and did pop-up art shows in different cities. Wow. So it's a way for me to, because my art is very different than what I would do with a community, and sometimes it's like a learning thing as well, as like I'm beyond trying to have exact straight lines or teach exact color spectrums and things, but when I do work in community, I do like to try to teach little art elements that not everybody knows, and just basic stuff. So
cool.
Yeah.
It's awesome. I hope that we could collaborate together on some stuff once we're open.
I think there's definitely room. I know we talked about that actually, so
yeah, I gotta make it happen. It's gonna be great.
Next alley art project coming soon.
There's so much coming in like 2022.
Yeah, we're gonna really. I can see the momentum already building. Just like last night we had a volunteer meeting, and the volunteer meeting started at 6:45. We were there till 9:30, just because everyone was so excited to talk about art in the future. You know,
it's exciting.
So that's I feel like it's happening. It's coming.
It's happening.
Yeah.
And you could be a part of it, and you can volunteer.
Yeah.
And you can come on out.
I guess we'll let you get back to
here. When's
Keep getting
the
rained on the ash here.
Yeah, it's raining ash.
We literally
It's
are getting ash rained on us.
You could see it on her black.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't help that I've already got the
fly dust and stuff.
Well, it's a bleach.
Ooh.
When are you going to be finished? No pressure or anything.
The plan is to finish this week, so
cool.
Yeah,
nice.
I've got a couple days left ahead of me. I'm trying to fill in some color and make some of that impressionist magic happen, and then
totally.
Yeah.
Sweet. So at the end of the week, or maybe next week, drive on by if you haven't already, and check out our new spot.
Yeah.
And there's a pretty cool Goodwill next door where you can get good finds.
One of the best in Sparks.
Well, thank you so much.
Yeah,
and
thank you.
Have a beautiful rest of your day painting.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Thanks.
Yeah.
We're back.
We're back.
And we have Alex with us, who is the co-owner or full owner?
Co-owner, yeah.
Of Coffee and Comics.
Yay!
So cool. We freaking love it here. Thank you so much for having us.
You're very welcome.
Thank you for having us.
Do you want to? How long has this place been around?
Just under 2 years.
Nice.
So we kind of opened for like 5 months, then had all the fun COVID stuff.
Oh,
and
wow.
then, yeah, it was getting a lot better. Like,
Yeah, you survived.
We did.
Congratulations.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's huge.
tough. That's a real kick in the pants.
Yeah.
5 months open and then COVID. Ugh.
Yeah.
We had to get tough real quick. Like, okay, no more buying stupid cutouts and dumb things.
Yeah.
And less business expenses.
Yeah.
But I saw you guys were hustling the coffee pickup.
Yeah, we did something different almost like every month. Like we
Nice.
just had to figure something out. So like we did curbside. I was dressed in like roller skates
Yeah.
and like weird outfits, trying to like. And then we did
That's
like a whole
awesome.
local dollars thing where we gave people like actual dollar back every time they ordered. with like a little piece of paper saying go spend this dollar at another local business.
Oh, nice.
Like
So
don't
sweet.
go to Walmart or Amazon.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that was us trying to like help communities and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, we just try to do what we could to make it work.
Yeah, and you did. That's amazing. I love it here. There's so many different things. You've got some video games, some old school video games. You've got comics. You've got D&D stuff, Magic the Gathering stuff, um, tabletop games, cards. It's like a whole slew
Got
of
it all.
things.
We want to have a little bit of everything. 'Cause
Yeah.
Not everyone's the same type of nerd. There's like different
Yeah.
nerd pie, you know, like
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
maybe Harry Potter or D&D or Magic or Pokemon.
Well, I heard from the cosplayers that
cosplay.
they were really happy that you had that cosplay party.
We want to start doing more, but every time we plan one, then like all these restrictions happen.
Yeah.
We plan like in the
it's a tough
future,
time.
and then we don't know what's gonna happen.
And Wednesday is game nights.
Wednesday's
Oh,
game.
camera. Hold on.
No, our camera just keeps. I must have changed its setting. Sorry, everybody. We keep just hit the shutter button. Hit the button like you're.
You
There
got
you go. You got it.
That's good.
Okay.
Okay.
You got it. Yes.
Every
I
time
must
we
have
say
changed the setting because it keeps just timing out.
we just need a PA. Do you want to come and help us with Signal Boost? Please. It's fun.
We also need a travel microphone. We're sorry about the sound.
Yeah. Okay, so Wednesday night is game night, and then I saw Magic night on Fridays.
Yeah, Friday Night Magic, and
Cool.
then stand-up comedy on Tuesdays. That's
Nice.
probably our most kind of fun, like fills the whole place.
Oh, nice.
Crazy.
Yeah, and then we had like a Power Ranger here last Sunday.
Oh yeah, I saw
I
that.
think we're gonna get another Power Ranger here like the beginning of next year. So, you know, boom, watch out.
Watch out, Power
And you
Rangers.
do like book signings, right? You do.
Yeah, I mean, if people like ever come to us with like cool ideas and stuff they want to do, and it matches up right, we're just like, yeah, I'm pretty
Cool. So
laid
if
back.
you want to do nerd stuff,
yeah, give
Yeah,
us a
if
call.
you've got thematic thing. Do you have a Kickstarter that you're launching for your new board game or something like that?
yeah,
you know?
for real. And then you
That
have
cool board game you've been working on for 7 years.
a local artist section too.
We
which is
are
cool.
hoping to grow that. Actually, we have a bunch of plans. None of it's ready yet, but ideally, we want this to be like a whole local artist thing.
Nice.
And then we want to kind of like rent out shelves, like you'd rent out like a store.
Nice.
Cool.
So then we could bring like a whole community of local artists in here and try and help give them some love too.
That sounds
Nice.
sweet.
So all you artists who do
nerd
kind of
related.
geekery stuff.
Yeah. Oh, the battery's gonna die.
Uh-oh.
Oh lordy.
We are struggling today.
Well, we're doing pretty alright. We're doing alright.
doing
I'm
all
gonna
right.
switch the video, okay, guys? Just bear with me 1 second so that we don't get cut off in the middle. It's just better if we do it now,
It
okay?
is. It's just better. We just done.
Okay.
There we are. Oh. So now you can see the quality has
Ta-da! This is what happened. Oh wait,
this
wait.
way.
Yes.
There we go. Hi.
I
We're
can also
back.
peace out now too. I don't know if you want to do.
Cool. Well, I was just gonna say my roommate wants to make Dungeons and Dragons like tiles.
Thank
and
you,
stuff.
Alex.
Hey, Alex. So that's cool. Like my dungeon master can come and like have his. He wants to like
Yeah.
3D print minifigs and
Yeah.
like terrain and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a few friends that make terrain, so
Yeah, we have a few minifigs.
Yeah, I saw some minifigs.
Yeah, so they were
Yeah.
hanging out.
For sale. They're really beautiful.
I saw some glittery dye too.
Ooh.
I want that.
Yes, Dice Town. Lots of
Yeah.
mini
Beautiful
dice.
dice. Cool minis. There are Fruity Pebbles Frappuccinos, which is what I had. So I
So
showed you
delicious.
earlier. They have blue whipped cream, dude.
Yes, and even food. They have like chicken tamales and breakfast burrito.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can come here and get coffee, get food, and play board games or whatever you want to do.
Yep.
Read
your art.
comics, play video games. Yeah, it's great. Not be at home because you've been at home for too long, and now you can come out with other like-minded people and hang. What are the hours?
8 to 8 every day, and
Well,
then
that's easy.
8 to 9 extra hour on Friday and Saturday.
Okay,
Cool,
cool.
cool.
And it's on Moana Lane.
Moana and Lakeside by Palace de Jade in Deli-town, and then we have beer and wine as well. So
Oh, nice.
if you guys want to come
Nice.
after work and get a beer, you can do that too.
Nice. And yeah, it's by Moana Nursery too.
Yeah,
so
Moana
that's
Nursery,
a good,
yeah.
good.
Got a whole bunch of little things you
Landmark,
could do.
yeah.
You could have yourself a really nice little.
I heard the
date
Chinese food
night.
place is really
It
good.
is, and they've been there for like 20 years.
Dang, I want to go over there.
Yeah,
Nice.
so they know what
Okay.
they're doing.
Cool. All right, we're coming back another
Yeah,
time. For
thanks
sure.
for having
Yeah.
us.
And
Just let me
yeah,
know.
yeah, thank you so much.
This will be your
is
little
amazing.
corner. I'll just save it for you.
Yeah, thank you.
Rad.
Thank you so much.
Yay! Thanks, Fran.
All right. See ya. We're gonna wrap it up.
All right, everybody.
Okay. You know what time
Made
it
it
is.
through. You know what time it is.
Do you know what time it is?
Do you know?
It's time for Instagram Roundup. Alex, why aren't you here doing our sound, though?
Poor Alex. He lends us a microphone and then we just
You are ours now.
demand more help. Okay.
I gotta just fix something really fast, y'all. So Alicia's gonna just look at you.
Ooh, uh-oh. There we go.
Next week, what's happening next week? We're gonna be at... Where are we gonna be? Oh, we're gonna be at the Innovation Center.
Oh, yeah, we're going to the Innovation Center. So that's the UNR makerspace. And thank you, Alex. So that's UNR's makerspace. And if you didn't know, UNR is voted one of like the best colleges in the country for makers. And it's because they have this innovation center. They just opened, like they just did like a ribbon cutting type thing for a K-12 robotics center. So they're doing some really cool stuff. I'm really excited to check it out. We're going to go down, do a tour, and then we're going to live stream from there. So you're going to get to check it out with us next week. So you'll want to tune in for that. And we're going to keep refining this process of doing things outside on the fly, and we're going to get better and better. So
it's
thanks
pretty
for
cool.
bearing with us.
It's pretty rad. I'm about it. Even though it's a little bit harder, like it's so cool to just be out in a place where people can see us. Yeah.
For now, until we get locked down again, we'll see.
Ugh, I don't want to think about it, guys.
No one wants to think about it, but we're all thinking about it.
Okay.
All right.
What's the happening? I gotta go this way up here. It's fine.
That looks fine.
I know, it just doesn't have the cute Instagram roundup thing.
That's okay. Let's just do it.
All right.
Here we are. Instagram roundup, guys.
Okay. Let's Alicia again. So, Oates Park. Do you guys know Oates Park? It's really cool. It's actually in Fallon.
Yeah.
And it's this
in an
beautiful,
old school.
Yeah, it's in an old school. It's got this courtyard with some neon.
It's awesome. If you are ever out that way, or if you live out that way and you haven't been there, you gotta go.
Fallon, dude. There's cool stuff out there.
It's a really cool art center, and they get some really amazing work in their gallery.
Yes.
They pull some really amazing talent. So, if you're anywhere near there, get over there and check it out.
There's a new show that's by this kind of like textile artist. It's so cool. I'll show you real fast.
It's really interesting. Oh,
like,
wow.
yeah, all these like
Cool.
suspended things. Look at that. Ugh, whatever was going on there. Yeah. And a cute
Beautiful.
dog. So that's in Oates Park in Fallon. And that just opened a couple days ago, so I'm assuming it's going to be running for a while. I couldn't find an answer to that.
Ooh.
Reminder.
Riverside Farmers Market. So, in case you missed a little earlier.
Yeah. So tomorrow is, what's it called? Reno Local Food Fair. And one of the things is that there's going to be competitions where you can bring your most beautiful veggies that you grew or largest veggies. And
Well, I'm entering this.
Are you?
Yeah, I don't think I have anything super big, but I bet I have something that's pretty enough that I could at least enter it in the beautiful one.
Okay, to enter, simply bring your vegetable or fruit entry to our contest booth by 4:30 next to the main stage, okay? Entries will be voted on by the judges and event attendees. Winners announced at 7. Who's going to win?
Who's going to win?
Good luck.
Thank you.
I don't even know what you win.
$200.
Oh, nice. Desert Night Series. This is our homies alive in the desert. Their last thing for the year is this Saturday. So it's out at Mud Bluff. Yeah, it's super cool. And this one is all about, I forgot what they call it. It's like bad rock. So it's all live bands. But like Grime Dog is cool. Like, it's going to be cool.
Boof Daddy.
Yeah, you know Boof Daddy. Hyphy set, come on.
Everybody knows.
Yacht Rock.
Oh, nice.
70s.
Crumbs doing a 90s set. Okay.
Shit Rock Saloon. Yeah.
Shit Rock.
And it's an open bar.
Cool.
And they're swimming in the river. And it's a whole free event. It's just they're a nonprofit, so everything is donation based. So if you have nothing to do, go camp out on the Carson River this weekend.
Ooh,
It's gonna be great.
habanero tequila.
Oof, that sounds so good.
That sounds good.
Next is a little artist spotlight because I just thought it was funny.
Ooh.
It's horse bridles
It's
by
so
this leather person,
cute.
but the first bridle just says crazy bitch. And I was like, why do
Really?
you want that on your horse? That's hilarious. See?
It does say crazy bitch. That's amazing.
This is a Sparks leather artist.
I like that.
Yeah, they do
When
a
I
lot
have a
of
horse, maybe I'll get.
Yeah, this is their horse, Tipsy.
That says beautiful bitch.
Yeah, that'd be good. Leatherwork, A+, Sparks creator. Sierra
Sierra
Arts, this Saturday there's going to be a paper making class.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah, beautiful. Making paper is
Nice.
really cool. Revolutionary Sounds is going on tour, and they're going to be in Oakland.
Yes. Yeah, so if you're in the Bay Area,
Yeah.
check
We're always
this
talking
out.
about them.
Yeah, they're awesome, and they're having a good lineup. They're bringing everybody, so.
Yep, Ruby Joe will be out there. Niles obviously is like the person that runs that crew. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
Loving Cup tomorrow.
Ooh, the
Werewolf Club.
return.
Yeah, Werewolf Club. And I don't even really know all of these people, but it seems cool.
We're not hipping with it enough,
We're
but
not.
maybe you are and you want to go.
And you get a Cake It 2 DVD with entry. I bet it's really cool. Loving Cup is cool.
Loving Cup is fun.
Backroads Vintage Market, all the way in October. You got some time on this one, but I just want to do a shout out because it's in Fallon,
cool.
and I want to be talking more about Northern Nevada in a wider sense.
Yeah.
So if there's anything happening in Fernley or I don't know, all the way to Winnemucca, I don't care.
Sure.
Let us know and we'll share it. All the way to Elko. We've shared Elko before.
Absolutely.
And then the last thing is a call for art. This ends on September 20th. It's art, poetry, or haiku. It's like this collective book, ages 5 and up, of just like Nevadans doing these handmade postcards. That's what it is,
cool.
postcards. And it's really cute. So if you just want to do like a cute I
That'd
love
be nice.
Nevada.
I might do that. I've been thinking I want to try and like start doing some small pieces for these group shows. Just kind of
Yeah, they're just gonna
grease up the old gears a little bit.
nice. I think it's through Great Basin College and Elko, and then they do this handmade postcard series. Oh, for the 20th anniversary of the Las Vegas Book Festival.
Oh, cool.
Nice. So submit art to that. You know, you gotta
Totally.
do it. Just do it. And
Yeah,
it'll
that's
be
a
cool.
really low
I keep
barrier
looking at
to
the other
entry.
camera, but it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we're all done with our zine for this quarter. It's the home zine for Generate the Zine, and we got like, I don't even know, like 12 artist entries, maybe
Wow,
15.
that's awesome.
So thanks so much for that, guys. And that's going to be printed soon and then available on our website and at the Generator. All right, I want to do like a little bit of talking about the Jenny real fast and get you guys.
Give you guys a little generator update.
Jenny update.
Those are like horse bumper stickers. They are. We couldn't see the chat while we did that.
Nice. No, now I'm just thinking it's fine.
Oh, yeah, what are
Sexy
you gonna
mares.
say?
I don't know. A horse bumper sticker.
Horse bumper sticker.
All right, so the generator. So we got part of our occupancy where we can do things, but we can't have fab shops, kind of the like thing for right now. So we're still moving in. We're getting it set up, and our goal
There's
is
so much stuff in there.
Yeah.
But it's all just packed.
Yeah.
So we're trying.
And we gotta do it by the book, so the fire marshal is happy and the city's happy and everything's good. But the big plan is Haunted Halloween mini golf will be happening on October 23rd is the kickoff, and then it's gonna happen 5 days in October. And the way that it works is that anybody can come and be a mini golf team and make their own mini golf hole.
Yes.
And so it's really fun. It's super fun. Like
It's really fun.
a couple years ago, we made a mini golf hole that was a giant saloon made out of pallets, and there was an actual bar in the mini golf hole. It was very fun, and we did root beer floats, but we also did booze. The sky's the limit. Like if you ever wanted to
you can get real crazy with it.
yeah, and it's all just benefit for our nonprofit, and it's also we're gonna be paying artists, so it's pretty rad. You could also sponsor a mini golf hole if you want.
Yes. Do you have a local business and you want to?
And all of the sponsorship money
Or
goes
if you're
to
connected to any local, sorry
Yes.
to keep interrupting.
No, go.
If you're connected to any local businesses that maybe are materials businesses and they want to like donate some lumber, that would be really helpful.
AstroTurf.
Or if they just want to sponsor a hole, we're gonna have a framework for that.
Yeah, so the sponsorship works where a percentage of the sponsorship money for each hole goes to the supplies, and then another goes to a kitty. So the first prize gets $300, second prize gets $200, and third prize gets $100. So not only do you have fun making a mini golf course with your friends, but then you could also win money. So it's pretty awesome opportunity. And we have team signups right now on the website. Just go on to therenogenerator.com, and at the top it says, make a mini golf hole. So even if you don't have a full team, you could still fill out the form if you're interested, and we'll just hook you up with other people who are interested in making something.
Yeah, there's a lot of ways to participate, so
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
super fun. It's a really great event.
Yeah,
We can't wait to get everyone into the space. It's just takes a lot of time, as I'm sure
to
you
do
can
it right.
imagine. But we're working really hard, and we're really excited to get everything up and running and get all you guys in there.
What about Maker Family Meetups, though?
Oh yeah, we're going to be restarting Maker Family Meetups, which is an afternoon crafting time for families, and that's going to be, well, we've been doing it 2 to 4. I'm considering now that whether I should change the time because it's when people are getting out of school. So I'm thinking about that, but it's going to be, so it might be a different time of day, but keep an eye out. But the first one is going to be Thursday, September 9th.
Thursday, September 9th.
So the week after, so the week of Labor Day, we're going to start that back up. So, so if you've got kids or you have friends with kids and they're looking for things to do, looking for new ways to connect to new like artsy families in the community, then we're going to be starting that back up again.
Yeah.
So September 9th, keep an eye out. It's going to be on all our socials and everything like usual.
And also you can sign up if you're interested in getting build space or being a studio artist. Mm-hmm. We're going to be selecting those artists over the next month. And then we think that the studio artists and the build people will be moving in by October 1st, or I think actually by October 3rd. So please be sure if you want a space, there's going to be limited spaces, and it's a 6-month basically like residency period. So fill out the form now. It's the studio artist form right at the top of our website. Yeah. So if you are ready to commit to your art life, we are here for you. Let's help you make that Caterpillar art car, Alex.
It also helps us if you fill that form and send it in, because the sooner you do that, because we're just really also trying to get an idea of like what kind of space people want, what they need, what their, what their situation is. So the more information we can get from you guys who are interested, even if you're not 100%, you're not sure that you're going to do it,
just fill it out.
Just fill it out, because then you're on the list. Then then you get right of refusal.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Because you don't want to miss it. It's going to be really cool. We're pretty stoked. Well, thanks so much, guys, for tuning in, and we'll see you next week at the Innovation Center.
Have a beautiful, beautiful weekend. Bye.
Bye.